All right, folks, welcome. We're going to cover the fastest cyber news you've ever heard of in the shortest amount of time. I'm Hef.
I'm Forrest.
And let's get it started.
Right into it.
Forrest, who is it? Ivanti? You ever heard of it?
Avanti, yeah, our neighbors to the north. They just got hit. Their Pulse Connect secure VPN.
Who's the bad guy?
Chinese APT.
How long ago did this thing happen?
Oh man, it started back in like June 2020.
And how did the hackers get in?
SSL VPN. They chained together 3 exploits, I believe.
That's right. And they did web shells. Pulse Connect Secure was the product. Allowed them to bypass passwords. But Forrest, they also got past
multi-factor authentication.
That's right. And Avanti is claiming a limited number of people. Patch, is it available?
It just barely came out. Took them 15 days.
So if you have Pulse Connect Secure, you need to do what?
Patch it.
Yes.
All right, next.
More lightning round. Let's go. Let's talk about our next thing, SonicWall. What do you know about it?
SonicWall, their email security appliance was compromised. There were 3 vulnerabilities, allowed modification of local files, allowed them to set themselves up as an administrator and read sensitive files on the device.
And who were the bad guys? Do you know who the bad guys were?
Oh crap!
See, you don't know it.
They I know they were. It was UNC of some number, as FireEye does. I don't know that they.
This one over because I don't know who the bad guys are either.
No, perfect. That's fine.
Is a patch available?
Yes.
So if you have the SonicWall email appliance, you need to get that patch in your environment.
ASAP, yeah.
All right, here we go, Forrest. Lightning round. Apple, what are they being hit with right now?
4 0 days.
Whoa, 0 days?
4.
What's the great term? Let's call it something. Let's give it a name.
The forfecta.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
Talk to me about these bugs. Where are the patches available?
Patches are available. They span all the different operating systems. So Mac OS, iOS, it hits Apple TV, Apple Watch, all your iDevices. So yeah, just the update. Just do the update.
Get the update done. All right, Forrest, let's talk about the Experian thing. What's going on?
They had an API that was exposed that allowed you to bypass security questions and undo security freezes. Also allowed you to run a check against your own credit score.
How many people were impacted?
Oh, millions.
Tens of millions, folks.
I don't even know. Tens of millions, yeah.
Fascinating stuff about this case is the guy involved, the researcher, is from RIT, Rochester Institute of Technology. He was actually trying to check his loan eligibility, entered his name, address, date of birth, and we found out that the API has been exposed. What are we concerned about here, Forrest? What's the lesson learned? I'll tell the audience, all right? It's all about not allowing these credit bureaus to have these exposed APIs. What we're concerned about, folks, is these other bureaus, if they are also exposed as well. So keep your eye on the news on this one. Experian has fixed it. So
Equifax down, Experian down, TransUnion, are you next? All right, Hef, let's flip the script here. All right.
I don't know if I can do this.
Your turn. All right. Tell me about the Geico data breach. What happened?
Oh, okay. All right. It happened in California. Exposed driver's license numbers. We know that we don't know how many customers have been infected. I was going to say affected. All right. And whether the breach was confined or not to California.
What are they using the data for?
We don't 100% know, except maybe going through the website. No, I don't know.
Think about that. How are they monetizing this?
Dianne Feinstein, right? They were using it, if I remember correctly, on an unemployment case. Unemployment fraud, that's it.
Ding, ding, ding.
And I know that there's a lot of cases in California where these data scraping breaches, now you're seeing this data being used in cases where they're applying for unemployment benefits, and they're like prison system folks are getting, their information being used. So Interesting.
Okay, Hef, what happened in the Apple supply chain?
Oh, okay. All right. So Apple has their annual spring-loaded event. What we know is they introduce all their new products.
Yep.
Some of their products, the schematics got stolen and being held for ransom.
What Apple device was it?
It had to be their new iMac. Wasn't it their new iMac?
It was a MacBook.
MacBook.
Close.
Okay. I do know that the supplier involved was Quanta.
Yes. How much were they asking for?
50 million?
Yes.
Reville was asking, the ransomware group Reville was asking for 50 million.
Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah. And they got the schematics, 15 images. We're talking unreleased MacBooks, specific components, serial numbers, all kinds of sizes, capacities, those details. Have they paid, though, is the question. Do you recall
As
if they
far
paid
as
yet?
I'm aware, they have not.
Yeah, they have not paid. And that's a good point to bring up for us. After all this went down, they had one of the first deadlines I saw was May 1st, and then it became May 7th. And what we know is Quanta said, we're going to bolster our security after this whole ordeal happens.
Yep. Better late than never, I guess. I don't know.
Lightning round, Forrest. What percent of people who pay ransomware demands don't get their data back?
Don't get it back. 92%.
92%. And what are the lessons learned from this? Because this was a Forbes article. We'll include the link. You can take a look at it here. What can we learn if this happens?
Don't pay. First off, if you're in the U.S., first and foremost, make sure you've got your recovery in place, because recovery costs are going up.
Yeah. And I would say you also have to be aware of that there's a lot of laws out there, including Treasury Department, especially if you're in the United States, that even if you want to pay ransomware, you can't. So you have to be aware of it. It's a good article to read, Forbes magazine.
iOS 14.5. What did Apple do?
They released the new Apple ID identifier. You have to now opt in. You have to give explicit permission if you want them to track, if you want apps to be able to track your behavior or sell your personal data, age, location, spending, all that kind of stuff.
All right. What massive corporation says they will not be using it?
Facebook,
Yay!
man, Facebook. They said that they're not going to be using Apple's identification identifier, the IDFA.
Perfect.
Identifier for advertisers. I'll get it out. I promise. So, Forrest, if I decide to turn off all the tracking by Apple, what will you see? What will the advertisers see?
Zeros. Everything's zeroed out.
Yeah, they won't be able to see. None of your data will be shared. So from your iPhone to your iPad and so on.
All right. We had recently a breach of online ordering systems. How many were involved?
There was 5 different online ordering systems.
Ding, ding, ding. How many restaurants are affected?
Approximately 70 restaurants. Gemini put out this advisory about this thing.
Beautiful. How was it done?
What we know is third-party ordering systems. So you guys have like Grubhub or DoorDash. You've heard of them. Well, there's a lot of smaller players in the market. And that we know that the bad guys were able to infiltrate the shopping cart. And so if you've ever heard of Magecart Skimmer, that's a perfect example of this. That's how the bad guys are able to do it.
Perfect. So this constitutes a trend of shifting from what kind of transactions to what?
Yeah, so the trend right now in the attack space is you have the card present space to the card not present space.
Perfect.
You're going to see a lot more of that attacks in the shopping cart. And by the way, did you know, Forrest, Security Metrics has a product that can help prevent these types of breaches?
Yes, we do.
And what is the name of that product?
The Shopping Cart Monitor.
Good job,
Website Integrity Monitoring.
Yeah, website integrity monitoring. Pretty cool product. It can actually look at the transaction that's happening and help determine whether or not it's malicious or not. All right, lightning round, Forrest. Our final question.
I'm ready,
Are you
Coach.
ready?
I'm ready,
You ready?
Coach. Put
All
me
right.
in. Put
All
me
right,
in.
here we go. Malvertising Group is known as who?
Barnacle. Tag Barnacle.
Tag Barnacle. Tag Barnacle. All right, what is Tag Barnacle doing with malvertising?
They are targeting open source advertising server called Revive.
Yeah, that sounds right. Yep. How many ad servers have they compromised? Do you remember?
I'll
give you a hint. 100, 2,
20.
0. Yeah, 120 ad
120.
servers. Yes. All right, so Forrest, Tag Barnacle, they're compromising mass amounts of ad infrastructure using these Revive, this open source thing. Pretty nasty stuff. They're saying millions and millions of people have been infiltrated on it, and that's some bad stuff, guys.
Yeah.
So that concludes our show. That concludes our lightning round show. I hope you enjoyed it. Try to get you all the stories in a short amount of time. And if you like it, go ahead and smash that like button for us.
Yeah.
Thank you, folks, for joining us. Take care.
Yep. Thank you. Take care.